Okay, Warren, so as a summary of what we went over today, I want you to use a wall for postural reference, and then I'll show you what we're going to do on the ground as well. But the key here is that we want to first optimize the position of the head in relation to the shoulders, in relation to the hips, and especially the space between the shoulder blades. We want to be able to feel like we're able to expand through there a little bit better, because that's going to help to give you a little bit more endurance. Basically, it shares the load with the arms in the front here, the shoulders up here. So we want to feel like the space between the shoulder blades here, we're actually getting that to move more into the wall every time we breathe. So we need the wall as a reference to really be able to feel that. So we want the back of the head touching. I want you to feel like the upper back, the space between the shoulder blades is touching the wall, and then down here by the back of the waistband is in contact with the wall, trying to create a little bit of a tilt if you can, which would be bringing the belt buckle more in towards the belly button and just trying to create as much flattening of the back as you can into the wall. So once we're here, with a little heaviness in the heel too, so we don't have to move into the front of the feet, we just want to be able to breathe at first. So the inhale through the nose should be pretty quiet, and see if you can feel some movement go more into the wall on the inhale without the head coming off the wall. With the exhale, we want to feel like the belly moves in, so it's like you're getting skinny on the exhale, and then these ribs here are maybe compressing down a little bit. And just feel like you're able to work there a little bit more. Inhale quietly for about 5 seconds. See if you can exhale for twice as long, for about 10. All right, once you feel like you have that in place, then we can add the arms. So just as a quantitative measure, about 1 to 2 minutes, just breathing first to just get that feeling on the wall. Then we add the arms. So step 1 would be just put the palms up, but rest them on the thighs so that there's no effort on the shoulders yet. Every time you inhale, you think about reaching the arms a little bit down the thighs, but keep all those contact points. Every time you exhale, don't lose the reach, but just focus on bringing the ribs down, pulling the belly in, getting skinny. Inhale, reach. Exhale, ribs down, belly in. The whole time you're keeping all those contact points there. Okay? So as you're getting more comfortable, you can throw the hands out a little bit more. So the next inhale, maybe you're a little bit off the thighs, seeing how your shoulder does with that. Still keeping those contact points. Exhale, come back into the belly. All right, so the breathing is all the same. The contact points are all the same. The goal is just to be able to feel like you can reach the arms up a little higher without feeling like you're straining the shoulder and without losing any of those contact points. So 1 to 2 minutes just breathing with those contact points on the wall, and then 1 to 2 minutes while you're exploring reaching the arms a little bit forward, not being anywhere near your pain, or maybe just touching it and then backing off, and just trying to build that up over time. The other thing that we're working on is just lying on the ground. Very similar, but now we're using the ground as a reference. So you're going to dig your heels in, head's going to be on the ground, and you're just going to do a gentle pelvic tilt to try to flatten your back on the ground. So again, the back of the waistband, the space between the shoulder blades, and the back of the head are on the ground. All right, and then we're just going to breathe here at first, breathing in. Try to feel like your inhale moves your back into the ground more. The exhale, belly button moves inward, ribs are guided down. Longer exhales are better. All right, once we do that for a minute, then we can add a little low arm reach again. So again, you can start the back of the hand right on the thighs so there's less stress on the shoulder, and then start to progressively take the hands off the thighs and move them more up towards the ceiling, and then eventually more right on top of the shoulder, just making sure that you're not getting any stress through there. All right, so we can do it as inhale, reach the arms, feel everything moves into the ground. Exhale, belly moves in. Try not to lose your reach. Try not to let your arms pull down. Next inhale, maybe you come a little bit more off the thighs. Inhale, reach, feel your upper back get big into the ground. Exhale, belly comes in, but you keep the idea of the reach. Next inhale, Bring them up a little higher. Exhale, belly comes in. Exhale twice as long as the inhale. And then you just repeat that for about a minute or two, trying to get the arms up as high as possible until you hit a wall, until you hit a place where you just feel like it's uncomfortable. And only you know how far you can go, but you're always testing that out and just try not to be in pain, try to be a little bit below it. So those are the two main exercises you really want to work on. Outside of that, you can also just focus on anytime you're sitting and you have a back of a chair that you're feeling like your back can be flush against the chair. If it has you have a headrest, you can also have the head there. If not, you just try to get the space between the shoulder blades and the lower back there, and then just work on your breathing, because this breathing is going to be part of what stabilizes the shoulder and builds the endurance. So any inhale would be filling your belly, but also moving your lower back and mid back backwards. So it's like a front and back expansion, and then the exhale is just pulling the belly button in for longer periods of time. All right, and then that could be a little meditation for you. So you can set a timer for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and just focus on the breathing without worrying about any type of arm movements or any type of arm reaching, just to really get more of an understanding of those breathing mechanics. That's going to be helpful for any type of progressions we do with movements. And then the last thing we just talked about is when you're shooting or when you're doing anything where you feel like the arms are starting to get fatigued, is to throw a couple of these glorified shoulder circles into the mix, where we're just going locked in here. So got the belly pulled in, and then going up, back, down, forward. So the hands never move front or behind the body, they just stay on the side of the body. When you go up, your hands can slide up, your shoulders slide up. When you go back, your hands stay on your body, your shoulders go together. Then you go down, so shoulders go away from the ears. And then when you go forward, you just cave the chest here a little bit, and you try to make that upper back big. You can do about 5 each direction. All right, so the opposite direction would be up, forward, make the upper back big, down, shoulders away from the ears, and then back, shoulders together, and then we repeat that. All right, so those would be the exercises to work on. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.